everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I am on a financial freedom journey with my family. I share all about that and more on my channel. Today we're going to be talking about our September net worth and goals update video. I share these videos every single month to just touch base with you guys on where we're at with our annual financial goals and also the progress that we're making on our net worth. I've been sharing these videos for a few years now, so if you want to see some really old ones, go back in the playlist. I have, like I said, I think I have at least 2 years of these videos. I think I first started filming them in 2021 or 2022. I can't remember. At some point, a long time ago. So if you're curious how we have increased our net worth over the last few years, and then I think it was last year or the beginning of this year, I can't remember, last year, definitely last year, where I started sharing our financial goal progress as well in the same video. So that is kind of where this video started and came from. If you're curious, like I said, I have a whole playlist of these videos if you want to check those out. But let's go ahead and get started for September. So yeah, September was a little bit of a month for us. It was started out well, towards the end, not so great. Yeah, it was a month, okay? My kids started school, that was exciting. And yeah, overall it was a pretty good month. Looking forward to towards the end of the year, I guess, at this point, because we're officially in October and the year is just flying by so fast. So let's go ahead and get into it with what we did in September. So for September, for our financial goals, we put $1,435 towards my Roth IRA. This is the third financial goal that we're working on for 2024, and we are making really good progress. I'm happy with where we're at. The total that we've put towards my Roth IRA this year is $4,385. Our goal is $7,000, which is the max for 2024. And remaining, we have about $2,600 left, and we are about 63% of the way towards that goal as of the end of September. So if you're watching my Debt Free Friday videos in real time, we are a little bit ahead of this now because we're into October, but this was where we were at the end of September. So like I said, we are on our third financial goal of 5. I don't think we're going to be making it through all of our financial goals this year, but I am excited for the progress that we have made and that we will continue to make into the end of the year. Total through the end of September, we have put $20,385 towards our financial goals, and these are just the financial goals that we track separately. So we do also have money going into our 401ks and our HSA that I don't track here because that's not really like a goal that we're necessarily tracking. We're just doing that regularly out of our paychecks, but that's not necessarily a goal that I keep track of like separately. This is kind of like the extra goals that we're doing on top of all of our just like baseline investing, if that makes sense. So $20,385 for the year, and our goal is about $32,700. That means that we have about $12,000 remaining and only 3 months left. So like I said, the likelihood of us finishing all these goals is pretty slim at this point, but I am happy with the progress that we have made, and we are 62% of the way to our goals now. September is 75% of the way through the year, so we are behind, obviously. Like I said, we are pretty aware at this point that we're not going to meet all of our goals, but that's okay. We are good with where we're at. We are happy. I'm really hoping that we can at least finish our emergency fund goal. And then the college savings goal, I've talked about this in like every one of these videos this year, but like that's a goal that we set as kind of like a stretch goal. Like if we could do all of these things, that would be amazing. But if we can't, that's okay too. And this goal will probably come back next year as well. So you'll see probably a lot of the same goals next year. I'm hoping that once we finish our emergency fund at $25,000, that we won't have to increase it again, at least not next year. You know, obviously in the future, we might have to increase it again with inflation and all those things. But I'm hoping that once we increase it this year, that we won't need to do that next year. But definitely the Roth IRAs will be back next year. I'm assuming some form of the college savings will be back next year. So yeah, you will see some of these coming back in 2025. So let's go ahead and scroll down to our net worth. So for the end of September, not a lot of these changed too terribly much. Like I said, some of these were leaving stagnant for the rest of the year. So these are as of September 30th. So home value, we are leaving at $550. Although it's funny because one of our neighbors, like our direct neighbors, like just listed their house for sale. And so I'm super interested to see what happens with the sale of their house, because it is literally across the street from us. So super, super close in distance. And also the floor plan is similar, but our house is actually bigger, and they are asking a significantly a significant amount more than this. Now, are they going to get that? I don't know. So that might factor into if I increase this or not in the future, or how much I increase it in the near future, kind of depending on what happens with the sale of their home, because that is something that would directly impact potentially the value of our home right now. So keeping an eye on that, that's exciting. So, but for now, we're leaving it at $550. And again, the other thing that I always like to mention with this is when you sell a home, like you don't just get, like if you sell your house for $600,000, you don't get $600,000. You get $600,000 minus a bunch of closing costs and minus a bunch of realtor fees and et cetera, et cetera. And then like not even to mention the moving costs and all of that. So I do try to be more on the conservative side for this value for sure, because yeah, I know that there's a lot of fees and things associated. So like in the end, I don't want to overinflate our net worth. But if you guys have been around for a long time, like I said, I've had these videos for a long time. We undervalued our previous home pretty significantly. And then the month that we sold our home, we had like an $80,000 net worth increase. So I'm also trying to prevent that. So it's kind of a balance of not wanting to overinflate or underinflate our net worth. So our HSA, we have a health savings account. We do have some of this money invested and some of it in cash. We do use it for medical expenses. In fact, my husband actually just had to go to the dermatologist, and I'm expecting at least a $500 bill from that visit. So right now we're at $9,900, but like I said, we're expecting that like probably about $500 bill, which I will take out of here. So this might like dip down a little bit next month. Yeah, so we'll see about that. But we do use this fund for medical expenses. So like once I get that $500 bill, I will pay it from our HSA just because I don't want to have to pull from like our savings or anything. So if it's like a really small bill, like for example, there was a time where I went to go get blood work and I had like a $20 fee. I just paid that like out of our regular budget. I don't like pull from this for like anything probably less than like $100. But anything more than $100 that I can't just cash flow, like I do pull from our HSA. So we're currently at $9,900, but that could drop down a little bit. And then retirement and savings, this is literally all of the rest of our money. This is what's in our checking account, our emergency fund, all of our sinking funds, my 401k, my husband's 401k, my Roth IRA, my husband's Roth IRA. This is like all of our money. So this is $350,700. Like I said, the mass majority of that is invested in the stock market through our 401ks and Roth IRAs. So, a lot of that, over 300,000 of that is invested. So that's great. And it does help increase. So if you just look at the last 3 months, like it went from 329 to 342 to 350. That's incredible growth, but it's partially, or it's actually fully really because of the amount that we have invested in the stock market. So when the market is up, we have a lot in there. So it ends up being a lot more gains than like if we only had $10,000 invested. We now have $300,000 invested. So it's significant amount of money when the market does go up, which is super amazing. It has been so powerful watching this. Like I said, if you go back and watch like, let's say my first net worth video, which is probably horrible, and I don't want to go back and watch it because it's probably so bad, but like just the growth from that point to here is so amazing. So I'm super proud of that. And it just is from like the weekly progress that we make in Debt Free Friday has really changed our entire lives. Like it has been so powerful for us. And that's why I continue to film those videos every single week, because it has truly changed the trajectory of our entire family because of those videos. And car value, we have 2 vehicles, and I'm leaving that at $20,000 probably through the end of the year. I probably will need to like decrease this a little bit going into 2025 because our cars are getting older, they're getting more miles, and we haven't really adjusted this recently. So I'll probably have to decrease this a little bit going into 2025, but that's okay. And the only liability we have is our mortgage. Oh, I forgot to say our total assets are $930,600. And like I was saying, our only liability is our mortgage, and our mortgage currently is $354,000. So that is our only liability, which is great. We are debt free. We've been debt free for quite some time. All right, and scrolling down to our net worth by month. So as you can see here, at the end of September, we ended our net worth at $576,600, which means we are over $575,000, which is kind of like a little mini milestone that I was tracking towards. And that was an increase of $9,200. I have said this every single net worth video probably since March, but like I can't believe that we haven't had a month where we've gone down in net worth. I feel like that'll probably be coming at, obviously there will be points in which we're down, but I feel like it's coming. I don't know. Maybe we will go the whole year without any decreases. I think in 2021, we did not have any decreases in our net worth the entire year. I believe that was that year. And then 2022, 2023, we had like a few months here and there where we went down, but primarily we've been going up every single month. And so far this year, we've gone up every single month, and we've gone up by a lot. Like, this is crazy to look at for me. We haven't had a month where we haven't gone more than $9,000 up in net worth, which is so wild. So this is actually our second worst month of the year though. So it is our smallest increase since April. So yeah, but again, like, super pleased with the $9,000 worth of net worth growth in a month is incredible. So that leaves our year-to-date change at $126,400, which is literally insane. Like, I can't believe that. That's more than we've made in the year. Like, that's more than we've taken home our paychecks for the year. So that's insane that we have had that much growth. We have not hit any milestones this month, and we are tracking towards 600,000. I would love to see this by the end of the year, but that would be really crazy because that would by far be our shortest net worth in between. So that would be super cool. I would really be excited if we could get it by December. But again, like, I have no clue. And with the election, like, who knows what's going to happen. So yeah, we are tracking towards 600. And as far as net worth annual increase, this is something that I added a couple months ago just to track towards what we're looking like for the year compared to prior years. So like I said, 2021 was our first full year that we had for our net worth tracking, and we increased $155,000 in 2021, and then $116,000 in 2022, $85,000 in 2023, and so far this year we have increased $126,000, which means that this very well could be our highest net worth year in history that we've been tracking, which would be super cool. I would love for that to happen, but again, we don't know what's going to happen at the end of the year, so I'm trying not to put my hopes up too high, but it is looking either way like we should have a really, really successful year, so I'm super proud of that. And that is all I have for this video. I do have this exact tracker for free. I always have it linked down in the pinned comment if you guys want to check it out. I did a video where I shared how to use this tracker and kind of how to set this up. So if you are interested, feel free to take a look at that video and download this for free and track along with me. I would love to hear about that. Let me know in the comments down below. What's your net worth looking like? What's your growth been this year? And what is the next net worth milestone that you're looking forward to? I would love to hear about it. And I will talk to you guys on Friday. Bye, guys.